pretty much. What's up, guys? Good to be back. It is Monday. Happy new week. I hope you all had a great weekend. We have Monday stream ahead. Monday stream. Check out crownanalysis.com. Our sponsors, Fairdesk and Femex. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description below. Check them out. It's good to be here. Good to have you guys here. Today is not super spicy. Alts have not really moved from where they were. A little bit of rebound. We're going to take a look at some charts, including Bitcoin, your favorite altcoins, maybe Tesla, some stocks, the dollar, gold, etc. So smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Let's turn some tunes on. Big news in my life. It's raining for the first time since April, and I want to go outside and stand in the rain. That is how bad it's been. I've never been so happy for rain. It's pretty wild. You don't miss it. You don't know you miss it until you don't get it, and you're outside watering your freaking garden all day, every day. Good stuff. Today, like I said, not so spicy, but the week ahead looking rather spicy. There is a ton of crypto news. We see some resolutions with Binance US. We have the Heinemann dark documents, articles, whatever, released, I believe, tomorrow. We had the potential threat of a big custodian going down over the weekend. I think that resolved. It turns out it was BitGo. I should have looked this up. It turns out it was BitGo and Prime Trust, which is kind of what people were looking at. I did pull up an article, but I can't seem to find the certainty. Basically, all I can pull up from today is it looks like a judge dismissed the suit from BitGo to Galaxy. It was like 1.5 or 1.2 billion. It was pretty big. Here we go. Then it says dismisses BitGo's claim in a $100 million lawsuit. Then it said 1.2 billion. I don't really know. The decision followed Galaxy's dropping to acquire BitGo in August of 22 as part of $1.2 billion deal. That's where that number came from. Lester said Galaxy has a clean termination right to the BitGo acquisition. No facts were alleged that could be made it reasonably conceivable that the exercise of termination rights was inconsistent and not with good faith. Whatever. We also have Chirpow joining us on Wednesday. Make sure to tune in for that. That's going to be a spicy one. We have some pretty big economic numbers coming out tomorrow as well. I know there's more crypto stuff. I just can't seem to remember it off the top of my head. Feel free to chime in chat. Core CPI, big inflation numbers. That's tomorrow. PPI as well. These numbers, though, unlikely to affect the FOMC or Chirpow's interest rate decision on Wednesday, as well, they've already made their decision. They're in the blackout period, and now these numbers will likely impact the next month, not this month. On Thursday, core retail sales, initial jobless claims, and Fed Philadelphia Manufacturing Index. Some big stuff to keep an eye on, likely to push markets. 2 days, 1 hour till Chirpow. And the market is now pricing in almost an 80% chance of no BPS hike. That's spicy. I've heard talks of 0 this month and then maybe back to 25 the month after. Fed does not seem to care about the markets at all. That isn't part of their mandate, so maybe that's logical. But certainly protecting the U.S. investors from any kind of gains here with a interest rate hike and not a pivot coming up. We see stocks, S&P, Dow, 500, 330, all about neutral, maybe trading slightly green with the dollar. Not a super spicy day. I think the spice comes tomorrow. I think it comes tomorrow. I might get there just a little bit of this. Let's see what I can find. See what I can find here. And I figured with things chilling, maybe we'll just chat. Look at the chat, see what you guys are looking at, what you're interested in. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. But keep smashing the likes and subscribes, even though it is not super hype today. Never know. Never know. Tether clarifies $1 billion USD. I did see that Tether minted $1 billion today. Haven't seen that happen in a while. You know, this news will all just come out as it comes out. I don't like the news. The news is always so misleading. My takeaway over the last week with chaos in the crypto market space, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the top two, holding up rather strong or resiliently, as we said in the last stream. That's still the case. Bitcoin and Ethereum not really trading below their major support levels. What's up, 7? Broing it up. Good to have you, my friend. Renewing the broship for those emojis. In the last hour, we see Filecoin up, Frac Share, Hedera, Sui, Render on the day. Just not a lot of spice. Stacks down to 51 cents. It was trading at $1 earlier in this year, down 50% from the high. Big gainers. So over the last week, we only see XRP essentially up. The rest of the market down, and that's still only a 3.1% gain. That is showing us relative strength versus the rest of the crypto market. As we've been talking about on the live streams, XRP holding up rather strong. It's interesting that it's joining Bitcoin and Ethereum as what is maybe being seen as the market's hedge or safe haven here. Big losers, Chili's. No, Rico. Mana down 30% as that and Sandbox looks like the metaverse taking a beating with the securities potential news. You know, it's never going to be a security. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge, they'll have their day. I guess this is big news. BitBoy had his Twitter account hacked recently by hacked SIM swapped. You know, whatever you feel about this or Ben doesn't really matter. The takeaway here, the value that we can have is SIM swaps are real. They are something we need to be aware of if we are in crypto. And the best thing, so apparently BitBoy had Verizon. Verizon does offer a number lock feature. I'm not sure how foolproof it is, but make sure you have it turned on. Basically, anything, if you don't have Verizon or different, you know, T-Mobile, whatever, make sure you have any options set to not allow your number to be ported over or used at another service or changed without like your express consent. I don't think that will make you 100% proofed to this, but it is absolutely a smart move, as well as Remington Paul's ready. You love me? I love you too, Remington. Oh, not Remington Paul. Remington Peralt. Thank you, my friend. Love you too. Big takeaway. Porting of your number turned off. Also, turn on two-factor authentication. Never, ever use SMS two-factor authentication. I mean, unless it's the only thing available, I'm not sure why it even exists at this point. It is security theater. SMS 2 verification is not good. It is not secure. It is completely insecure, I would say. Use something like Google Authenticator, something with a token-based 2FA to keep your account safe. This is completely necessary in crypto. Please do not sleep on this. Go turn on 2FA for all of your crypto accounts. Don't end up like this. I guess actually something that is important to this story, BitBoy is filing a lawsuit against Verizon for the SIM swap, and that is actually, I looked it up, I was the one who sent that, you should file a lawsuit. Apparently you can sue companies for that because they're failing to protect your information as of the CF, whatever 3-letter organization it is, but it is lawsuit worthy. Binance updates delisting rules, not really a big, this doesn't really seem big to me, but they're basically clarifying that they're allowed to change or swap out or delist at any time without notice. Be wary. I don't know how many of us are still using Binance, but I don't really think this is a huge thing. Hey, this is interesting. This article has the Altcoin Daily guys video. Cool. Good for them. Billionaire Mark Cuban, and this story wraps up with Elon Musk as well. Both of these billionaires basically siding against the SEC chief, Gary Gensler, and with Coinbase saying that regulation is needed, that it is not being approached correctly, that the enforcement-based actions are not the way it should go down. I think we can all agree with that. This is a big nothing burger as well. Long-term Bitcoin holders unfazed by Binance Coinbase lawsuits via Glassnode. Well, I'm a long-term Bitcoin holder, and that's not news to us. I'm not phased at all. I'm not worried at all. Bitcoin has seen much worse things. It has been in worse positions. In fact, it's hard to maybe ever imagine a scenario that will be more threatening than the block wars were in 2017. Not just the concept of it, but also the timing, the network at the time. Bitcoin has seen the hardest days. Everything else, it pales in comparison. I'm really not clear on any path that could be more threatening than those days far behind us. Keep smashing the like, keep engaging if you're here. This is actually Benjamin Cohen's Into the Cryptoverse, which is an awesome information portal. Something I wanted to look at and kind of share today. Balance on exchanges, I do believe, are at a multi-year low, or at least tied with December of 22. We see this volume, or the reserves, meaning the available Bitcoin supply to sell, continues to fade off, and this is reducing selling pressure. I don't know if I have the stable. metrics on the stable coins. But I do believe stable coins as well are fading off exchange, and so it becomes a little more murky whether this is a clear bullish or bearish sign. Bitcoin leaving exchange, pretty much always bullish. However, if the stablecoin flows also match that, then it becomes a lot more gray, and that's what we're seeing. It's like basically liquidity is being removed from exchanges, and that can lead to more volatile markets. Boom. Done. Done with the gibberish. Let's take a peek really quick here on the monthly. June, the sell in May and walk away, maybe looking a little better here. June did hit a lower low. It is now below the 200 weekly. The 200 daily sitting still below at 23.5-ish. 18 days left in this month to wrap up something. MACD giving us some bullish momentum signs, but nothing I'm going to start screaming about. Market cipher B, not loving what it's showing here. RSI just under 50. Things could look better. Things could look better. I don't think anything has changed since our last assessment. Looking maybe towards that 23.3 level as that 200 daily keeps moving up. That could potentially move into about that 24.3, our other support level we were looking for, and move support up. I don't know. We did touch 25.3 or May's swing low. This was also resistance on the way up out of the 16K area, and now we're just chilling here for an unspectacular 25.8, just chilling at support. Things do not look great. Daily VWAP is the only thing I'm really looking at that's nice. Conversely, momentum on MACD pulling selling pressure to the downside. Maybe some kind of bullish divergence here as RSI isn't hitting the same levels, but nothing really special. Nothing really special happening. Bitcoin really chilling on that support. Just hanging out here after the lows. Not a lot of follow through to the downside. Not a lot of follow through to the upside. On the hourly, this just doesn't look great. You have lower highs, maybe a double top here on the 4th and 6th. You could say this is a double bottom as well, but our highs are coming down. Our bottom is relatively flat, and typically we look for a move to the downside. So we are under the 200 weekly moving average. That's what I've been saying all year. If we're above it, I'm looking for short-term upside. Below it, short-term downside, and we're below it just barely. 26.4, and we're at 25.8. But we are below it in this structure, not looking super great, not showing a lot of strength. No. So, there we go. I got through whatever it is I wanted to say. I really just figured I'd read the chat, chill with you guys for a while, and, I don't know, call it a day, right? What's up, Craig 10C? Smash the likes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. What's up, Codes? What's good, gents? Tell about XRP, waiting for the Hidman emails. Alfred Farah. That is apparently coming out tomorrow. The coveted thing people on XRP have been waiting for forever. Let's see how it resolves. I don't know what the emails say. I know that they're related to the decision to not classify Ethereum as a security. You guys know how I feel about that. Not really sure the logic there. Maybe these emails will clear that up. If it's favorable, I could see some upside on XRP price action. If it's unfavorable, I don't know. Maybe we see Ethereum and XRP sell off. Who knows? I don't know what they say, so I can't really attest to it. What's up, Caesar Pina? How you doing, man? PD Holder. What's the best hardware wallet? I still use Ledger. The best hardware wallet or cold wallet you can use is simply a paper wallet, in my opinion. No, that's not even an opinion. That's fact. I still use my Ledger. I'm not really worried about that. The whole thing was really bad PR, but didn't really put anything at risk. It was just kind of fuddy. What's up, Learning? You were late. That's fine, man. Jonah, plain clothes, man. It is chilling. What are you guys looking at today? XRP, sure. I think we make a new XRP chart, though. That one's looking a little too liney. I gotta turn the air conditioning on. It got hot. The rain stopped, I guess, and now it's freaking hot. All right. My computer fans are not spinning, and it is definitely concerning to me. I don't know when they stop spinning, but that's not great. XRP is above its 200 weekly moving average. Last time we looked at this, on Friday, things were looking pretty good. I think it still looks pretty good with our flat top, our lows coming up. This is a setup for a move, in my opinion, to like 80-ish cents, something up here, fill in this fair value gap on the weekly. Oh no, I hope my... Yeah, whatever. It is. It is what it is. Market cipher B much stronger here on an XRP than Bitcoin, in my opinion, and versus total market cap. It's not looking bad. Still looking good. Might be interesting to see what happens tomorrow with these emails. If they shed some light, if they, I don't know, push the SEC case against Ripple in one direction, maybe you see some kind of breakout. XRP, BTC, looking pretty good as well, coming off pretty big kind of inverse head and shoulders. It's not perfect, but it is our lows coming up. We are right back to that March high. Not a lot of new developments. Not a lot of new developments there on this chart. The thing I like about XRP versus the rest of the market, or most of the market right now, it is above its 200 weekly. Below 51 cents. I think that's what we've been saying all year. Above 50 cents is looking good. Below 50 cents is not looking so hot. Money flow still green. VWAP's coming up. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's see. Yeah, 82 cents. Yeah, your local high at 58.5, 81, 82 cents, 1618 move on a break of, let's just call it that 58-cent high. That's looking pretty fancy. Though I do want to say XRP has done this all, I don't know, since May. Really, since it bottomed out in June of 22. It keeps going for these what look like breakouts and then just kind of chilling sideways. That sideways trading, though, has kind of sheltered it from the rest of the market. It has looked stronger over really the entirety of these moves. I like this May low coming up at 40 cents off that 200 daily moving average. I mean, that's strength. I showed this on the previous stream. A lot of this chart looking for that inverse head and shoulders. We flip the chart upside down to make it easier to view. Probably looking for something like this, especially off favorable news from that Hinman document, whatever it might entail. I just can't imagine what the reasoning behind Ethereum not being a security and then these other ones being a security is. Doesn't make sense to me. You got a great short on MATIC, says Rubber Duck Films. Nice. Let's pull up MATIC. We were looking at MATIC on the last stream. We looked at almost all the major alts. Let's quick update here. Get rid of that. MATIC against BTC did fill in its fair value gap on the monthly, down at 2,081. Not bad. It's not a bad place to hold. We talked about trading below 1,700 could lead to a huge downside move for MATIC against BTC, but holding here actually not terrible. On the monthly, I didn't notice this, but now that we have a little reversal, we can start talking about divergences. On the month, we do see our low potentially moving up. I'd like to see the monthly close first above that 2,085 level and not trade lower than 17 whatever. We do see on RSI potential bullish divergence coming up, higher low and a lower low on RSI, and that is also going to be true on MACD. That could be a good sign for MATIC, at least against Bitcoin or in Bitcoin value. MATIC did not in dollar pair, did not fill 48.1. Not a bad spot to look for a short there to close if we get there. That is some really inefficient market action, man. 4 months of down, very little upside. A lot of these charts have a lot of potential bounce before they even really get anywhere. The weekly not looking great. Maybe that short is still good. You can see even on the day zooming in, our bounce from near where support was yesterday reached up to 65.3 today as well with a lower high. Not seeing the bulls push through that level quite yet. Man, if I was in a short, I might look to close it above 66.6666. Moving above that level, likely looking for a deeper retracement, maybe back to 90 cents. What I like about these charts is this kind of parabolic down. You see your highs being muted, sold off at very weak lower highs. I like that because that's what I usually expect to see before a strong retracement. Now, this definitely can play something like this into a 1, 2, 3 kind of inverse head and shoulders, whatever bottom you want to call it. But this, to me, is closer to upside than, let's say, something like this, where we're just trading sideways. There's no definitive trend. It's really just crabbing. This kind of pulling back of that bowstring usually leads to some volatile moves, and volatile moves really come from really sideways moves. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Yeah, probably right here is where
Tom Crown's fund for Pit Viper glasses.
Let's get them Pit Vipers. What's up, Torg? How you doing, man? Torg joining the crew on Crown Analysis with his first publishes. Check it out. Check it out. Thanks for contributing, my friend. You're late to the party, monkey. No worries. You hope Gary goes after all centralized coins, solar miner. I don't hate it. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm torn because I want to see the SEC lose. I guess I'll put it this way. I don't think we need the government to decide what is centralized and not for us. At the same time, this is a battle that I've at least always seen coming, and that's why I've favored Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge, Monero, you name it. We got other ones, what? Grin, probably Digibyte. There's a handful. Can we look at ADA? Can we look at STX? Sure. Sure. ADA hitting that lower low. Go. Hitting that lower low on the week. Kind of the same chart as MATIC, but ADA broke its low here, trading down to 22 cents off of the delisting, security, etc. news. Same thing here. This fall, very inefficient. I do usually look for price to return at least to basically where it fell, even if it wants to go lower. That's pretty common market behavior. We talked about this plenty. Losing support here at 24.6. We have 14 cents below as a strong support for ADA. For me, I'm kind of hands off here. If we see 14 cents come in, I might look to add to my position, even though it's above my cost average. RSI on the day, very oversold. In fact, the most oversold ADA has ever been since March of 2020. It's interesting. A short on ADA does seem kind of like a hard ask at the moment. A long, not really that much more comfortable, though. I do like that the weekly settled up higher, closing its candle higher than December of 22. But this reaction, there's just very little reaction to this low being bought up. It fell from around 38 cents, so even if it returned to this level, it hasn't made any progress. You need to see 38.3 broken before you can even look for an uptrend on ADA. Can we look at Crow? You're holding. What's up, Miss Teen Crypto? Randy's here. Love Randy. Good peoples. Monthly. Hit that low. What's interesting to me is ADA broke that low. We were looking at this in the last stream too. ADA broke that low, broke its monthly open on the green, while MATIC has not. Kind of higher low here. Different charts, very different charts. I think I was kind of expecting these to move similarly. If we put them side by side, maybe you can see. This is MATIC. This is ADA. MATIC, ADA. I was looking for MATIC maybe to follow suit, but maybe looking less likely now. I don't know. I'd like to see ADA close above 24.6 on this month. Closing below is going to be really ugly, really brutal. There's just, yeah, man. Not a lot to be hype about unless you were in a short. Not a lot to be hype about. Avalanche. Should I do Litecoin yet? No. Guys, I'm just going to open up all these charts and basically say the same thing. It's like, well, here's a low. No real change from last stream. No real change from last stream on Litecoin. When you see these drops, what do we say? We look for divergence. Might have divergence, bullish divergence on your list here on Litecoin. If it holds this low, we do have a lower low in price. No lower low on our RSI at least. Yeah. This was so pretty. This low kind of janked up its prettiness, but holding above 70. That's from the month. It's from the month. That is from the month. Holding above 70, it's looking fine. I mean, really just mirroring the rest of the market. It doesn't make sense to me that Litecoin fell as hard as some others, as it's not in trouble or not in potential security land. Markets don't really make sense. They don't make sense that often. This is your first Tom Crown Live, but welcome, Bullish Bradley. Bradley, how you doing, bro? Pretty sad, says Sharknado. What's pretty sad? You're sad? Don't be sad. Be happy. 40K this year. I still believe Bitcoin will hit 48K this year. I haven't lost hope in that. Bitcoin has shown extreme resilience in the face of what could be the most FUD it's seen in years. Price does not seem to give an F about it. 65K says Andres Kim. Sure, I'll take it. You're so hot, Papa Tom. Thank you, Hex Girl. Look at Algorand. Yeah, I don't know. Algorand, I think, really crapped the bed, didn't it? Look. Where's Gary? Damn, Algorand did hit 10 cents. Whew. Making my 20 cent, I don't know, like $50 buy look bad. Traded down to 9 cents. Yikes. Is that a new all-time low on Algorand? That's not great. This is on Coinbase. Unlikely this is its full history. They did not list this first. It's like Algo, Tether. Even on Binance, all-time low. Now you've hit price exploration to the down, or discovery to the downside. You've closed the lowest weekly ever on Algorand. Not a great look. Not a great look. Really need to see that low hold. If it trades below 9 cents again, shit hits the fan. Who knows how low it can go. Just free fall. Holding that low, maybe isn't bad. Not gonna find divergence on the week. Not gonna find it on the month. Here we go. 15 cents on the way up. 22 cents. I don't know, man. This is absolutely a knife. For those of you looking at Algorand, wish you the best of luck, but that's absolutely a knife. It's like either the best buy ever, or it's just buying into the, I don't know, like 90% retracement, price exploration to the downside. Do not know. RSI extremely oversold on the day. Probably the most oversold it's ever been. Yep. But no divergence. You have the lowest point on your oscillator with the lowest point in price. Yeah, can't comment there. Can't comment there. Total crypto market cap also under its 200 weekly. A shame. It's a shame. But unlike Bitcoin, is testing its 200 daily, so holding here above, let's say, 1 trillion, not the worst, but you really got to get back above that 1.05 whatever trillion dollar 200 week moving average, or else you're looking very droopy. Bitcoin dominance. I forgot about Bitcoin dominance. Can't forget about dominance. Altcoin pain still on the menu as dominance holds 49%. Flight from perceived higher risk cryptos into Bitcoin, Ethereum, stables, maybe even XRP is being highlighted here with a weekly close above the 2-year range. We talked about this on the last stream, and I'm going to say the exact same thing. While individual alts may be an exception to this, as an overall view of the market, I'm looking for dominance to move higher. This would mirror our previous cycle, 2018-19, where dominance was rising into the bear market. Basically, before I invest any kind of significant amount in alts, I'm looking for dominance to reach up into the 53, potentially as high as, we'll call it 58, 60 zone, And then I want to see dominance start to droop, start to move back down, potentially reject from its previous support level. And that's going to be the signal for me to look to enter new positions. While it's just above this range high, it's that knife. It's that knife strategy. It's that knife mindset. Sure, it could have just put in this slightly higher high and it can fall. That's possible. But I don't think that's the smart or the rational trading stance here. I think the rational trading stance is to kind of watch this move up. Maybe if you have a weekly close back below your 2-year range, preferably under 47 down here on the week, this might be a signal that, well, we aren't actually coming up here and you can load in alts. But right here, I think is not the best time. I think your risk is much higher than it should be for entering these. Dominance, man. Just been waiting for it to rally. It's been 2 years. Finally moves. Checking back in on Bitcoin, no real movement. ZZZZ. ZZZ. Blueberries. Have I tried raw steel cut oats with almond milk? Oh no, that's for Miss Teen Crypto. Good question. I don't know. Frozen blueberries are so good, man. Can't keep up. What? Of course I want to hang out with you, Miss Teen Crypto. Every single time we're in the same place, I always go out of the way. Try to spend time with you. Why did Rune crash so hard? Because everything crashed. What were considered more risk on alts all crashed. All took the L. Going into the FOMC. You should stop in and say hi more often, Sharknado. Where are you? Where you been? It's been boring. That's slow. ZZZZZZZ. And Tom's a handsome man. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Craigton. How you doing, Kyle? The Rizza. The Rizzler. That's my name outside. Outside of the streaming. Not really. No. Very little time for Risen as of these days. Jeez. This is brutal. This is brutal. We do see on the hourly some divergence painting our RSI. Our oscillators are moving lower while price has not yet. Potentially. That's some divergence. No real divergence here on low time frames from these major, or I guess local lows, not major. What a boring move. Oh my god. We had like 2 days of spicy, 3 days of spicy, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and then just sideways back to the bottom of the range. Pretty much 50% from the high to the low, sideways. Doesn't look bullish. Doesn't look bullish, but I will say it never looks bullish. If we're about to rip to the upside, it never looks bullish. Especially not after, let's say, 90 days of ranged sideways trading. It's not going to look bullish at the bottom. Is that bottom here? I don't know. If 23.3 is hit and we see some buyers step in, I'll be pretty confident that the low's in. But at the moment, anyone's guess is as good as mine. Will we just trade sideways for another 24 days? Totally possible. Either way, we will be live here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and occasionally more than that. Regardless of how boring it gets, we'll figure out what content to do. We'll mix it up. And Tesla in the title, because Tesla was doing some spice earlier. Let's see if that's still spicing. Not really. Right in the range of Friday's close. Big old gap below to 235. Not the spiciest, actually. It's a solid move, though. I kind of think Tesla's going to have the brakes put on it. Might reach as high as like 270. Could even go 309 and still not look the best. This is some kind of broadening wedge here. But you're right at the top of the range. I think now's like the worst time to go long on Tesla. It's the worst. Maybe 217 previous high. You see that tap test support. There might be clever play there somewhere. Might be. Jeez Louise. Sharpen up your TA while you got time. Now is like one of the rare times where you actually have very little else to focus on. Now is the time to build, to self-build, I agree. To inwardly reflect. Similar to F-Boy Friday, but a longer span of time. What are you guys looking at? Get savvy in here just to mix it up. Can I check STX? Sure, it's down 50% from its high this year. It's going to be a brutal chart. STX tapped pretty critical support, 50 cents. Doesn't have that same, I don't know, holding in the next day as we've seen on a lot of coins where we had a low and price at least has like rebounded and held a little bit. It's had 2 more days of red. We placed this long trade from 35 cents. I don't even know at this point, months ago. Unfilled. Maybe the market's coming to fill it. What's interesting is your RSI does look a little different here. You're hitting lower lows, but your RSI kind of looks like it put in its low on the 5th here. Back at 52 cents. Now trading lower, but RSI is higher. I'll keep my eye out for some bullish div painting. But let's see. Walking right back down. Yikes. Maybe market cipher B on the week looking a little better with a higher low on money flow, but this is still knifing. I'd feel much more comfortable at 35 cents. That'd be a pretty big retracement from its high of this year, though. You do have, oh, you know what? Here on the month. This actually lines up really well with this monthly's low. You know, that does change my mind a little bit. 44.1. This was pretty much your only efficient downside move in July and August of last year. The low was tapped. Yeah. Closing, I would say closing above 50 cents for STX this month might actually be a pretty good sign. On the quarterly, we see this a lot. We see a very strong Q1 of this year into this, I would say like 50% retracement Q2. Maybe closer to 618, but pretty common. STX had a 345% gain in the first quarter of this year. Now down 45% in this quarter. It's all about perspective, man. I do like that 44.1 was hit. Maybe feeling a little better. I kind of think price will come back down to it, though. But there might be an entry there, 44. But I'm still looking at that 35.6. I think that's the ideal. The ideal. 5 minute. All right, money flow. Showing a little divergence here. I'll take it on Market Cipher B. Our money flow low has come up. Our price has moved down. And we see that as well on RSI. So low time frames, I'm actually looking for some kind of upside move. Fortunately, it's not going to be very exciting, but let's see. Damn. Sniper. I mean, maybe just back to 26, 25.9. You know, this is maybe too low time frame to like make this call. Take a peek. 15 also kind of looks like it's rolling over. 30 coming off a higher high, so short-term downside into a upside move probably. 45 not as nice. Hourly just coming up. Momentum's down. Let's see something. Just return to the trend. So this is allergies. It rained for the first time in over a month here, and I guess it kicked up a bunch of shit. Here's what I'm looking at, though. So these low time frames aren't necessarily lining up with this or suggesting this right now, but we lost this 200. What's the logical move? The logical move is back to the 200. Price is always chasing moving averages. Moving averages are always chasing price. Logical move back up to 26.4. I don't know if that's today or in the short term, but from there, rejection. Rejection from there gets you down into that 24-23 zone where the 200 daily is. I wouldn't be looking for a short down to 23 or 24.3 without a tap at the 200. So I did go short at the 200 weekly previously. Did close those. Do have my longs open, but I'm likely, not financial advice, I'm likely to open up another short at 26.4. Basically just hedging the, I don't know, the nuke that could come from a rejection at that level. Yeah, the daily consolidated there fell. I'd be looking for a back test before another drop if I was looking for continued downside. Will DGB be okay? Probably. Honestly, DGB is so small that I don't think it's really under any threat. I don't think like the SEC is looking at it. DGB, to my knowledge, is decentralized, though. I read something over the last few months about some kind of tax or pool or something that I didn't love. I mean, I still have my DGB, didn't sell it or anything. I'll have to look that up. Gary, do you think he'll get set free, fired if these cases go against him? I don't know how the SEC could possibly take on Coinbase and Binance amongst all the other suits they have open at the time, XRP, etc. I don't know how they possibly could handle all of that litigation. I think it's a sloppy move. Team Crypto and TC collab? Yeah, we should do that. It's been a while. You deleted your Twitter account today. Okay. Oh my god, my sinuses are not happy. Any BTC pairs, all pairs. All the pairs. Pairs. P-E-A-R-S, pairs. Let's see what CoinGecko's about. What's moving in the last hour? Nothing. Stacks down, Solana down, ApeCoin down, BNB down. BNB hasn't broken its major levels or anything, so at this point, still just chilling. Still slightly higher low from December. Yikes. Yikes. Keep raining, son of a bitch. Sun, go away. The sun's coming out. I don't want the sun to come out. It says it's supposed to rain all day. Keep raining. Randy. Oh my. BNB. Meh. BNB verse BTC. Alright. Looks like it's returning to its bottom range, which we've been looking for a very long time and never actually hit 0.22. I did shave off some BNB. You know, this is looking pretty toppy, actually. Looking kind of toppy with this impulse move to the upside that got sold off back to support. You're looking for maybe a right shoulder to paint here. BNB is just such a high risk one because it has so much inefficiency both in its BTC pair and its USD pair below it. But it's just not below them yet. It might not break them. I don't like the double threat. I think there's better risk to returns. I think there's better risk to returns, to be honest. If BNB BTC hits 0.06, could be a buying opportunity, but I think there's still better risk to rewards out there. I don't like this rejection coupled with its USD pair. You know, it's just not pretty. It's not pretty. Oh, look at that. The low time frames we were looking for. Already doing it. Nice. Wish I hadn't deleted those lines, though. There we go. Move that over. Yep, very unexciting call live here. Moving back to our descending trend line on these low time frames. Woo. Woo, 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 woo. At least it's summer. At least it's nice out. I still haven't gone tubing because it hasn't rained, and it's very hard to go tubing without rain. You're late. No worries, Dave. We're always here. DePompo. The 5-minute Pompo. Let's put the chart on 1 minute and get really excited. Woo! To the moon. All the way up. Straight to the moon. Help me, you're poor, Christoph. Patience. Patience is the key to not being poor. Look at that. Look at that. That went much more vertically than I expected, but probably gonna do some of this here now. Probably. Go. Go. An explosive 0.4% move. 0.69% move. Nice. Very exciting. MATIC giving you a nice coin margin scalps right now. Nice. Quick long and 800x leverage. Probably not. Getting the 10-second make it fire. Sure. Woo. Explosive. Dave Digital's here. That's right. Very choppy. Yep. Choppity chop. Choppy markets get you what? Chopped up. Be careful. Whether you're long or short in choppy markets, you're likely to get wrecked in both directions just to then see the market move in the direction you thought it would. Not ideal. Very good for like spot grid trading right now, maybe. Holy crap, nice. This is the 10-second chart, guys. Please don't get super excited. 1 minute. And we did see on low time frames reason that we would expect some upside around, back to this trend line, but here we are. It played out. That low time frame analysis slaps. 15-minute actually finally rolling over with a higher high, showing more strength. I think the 30 minutes unlikely to break that high yet, though. Unlikely. Randy, Miss Teen Crypto and I will have to do a collab just out of pure boredom. What's up, FUD Expert? How you doing, Joe? If that's Joe. How's everyone doing? I'm doing good. A little bored, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We got a nice 500-ish viewers. Not a lot of likes. People are not liking what's happening today. That's okay. That's okay. Here we go. Moving to the upside very slowly, as predicted. Exactly as predicted. Call me Carl the Moon. Call me Carol. We do have a very spicy stream coming up on Wednesday. You better not miss that. Better not miss it. I hate that YouTube doesn't tell me how long I've been live anymore. It used to tell me. Now it doesn't. 49 minutes. Yeah, it feels like 10 hours. Go to the 200 slowly. Yeah. To the 200. Yeah, 1 minute not giving up. I thought that it would get kind of extinguished there. Showing a little reluctance, but not really what I was expecting. We haven't fully hit the trend line yet. Maybe it's coming. Not a bad candle, though. I don't think it's anything to get excited about, unfortunately. Wednesday will be hype. Wednesday will be hype. That it will. MATIC moving up. Yeah. Doing something. On the hourly, our lower time frames actually, MATIC USD looks pretty good. I did say earlier, someone said they were in a short. I said I'd probably close a short above like 66.6. That's looking right on. You've got your lows coming up, flat top painting, and maybe even in this hour, kind of a fake out kicker to the downside below that flat top. Looking for a high, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced unless we're above 66.6 cents. It's chilling out. Chilling out. Sounds like love. Am I ring in your face? What? Craigton C. Who hurt you? Our fam is here for you. You should 420 blaze. Absolutely. Absolutely. The 420 license that it's been with the debt ceiling suspended until future hype. So you're free to blaze even without 420 likes. Don't worry. Don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. There we go. A little red candle coming on in. ZZZZ. You know what's funny is that high is like right to where this line was drawn. It's funny. Does look like there's a little more upside movement into the end of today. Not super exciting. Oh, he's talking about you? What? I'm missing the chat. Thank you for liking Crypto Surfer. I appreciate you, man. Just say I don't want to blaze. The markets are going to like Tom Emmer and Davidson coming after the SEC a lot. I think we all like that. When the spice levels off. Gina! Tune in on Wednesday for Gina. Possibly a live Gina sighting. Make sure you're subscribed. Here's what you should do, actually. Here's what you should do. You should go to this and click notify me. Scheduled for the 14th. Don't miss it. Hey, yo. See, there's Craigton already saying hey, yo in the chat. Go do that after this live stream. Ooh. Who else is live? Wendy O is live. I'm going to say hi to Wendy O. I love you. Hi, Wendy. I love you. There we go. Oop. Done. All right. There we go. Right back down. Super exciting. Super duper exciting. Ready for a spicy week? It should be. I started this stream with that thought is today not so spicy, but tomorrow we have a lot of crypto related stuff coming out. We have a lot of big economic numbers this week. We have the FOMC on Wednesday. Things are spicing up. Things are spicing up. So today, not so spicy, but there is reason to believe that spice is in this week. I definitely agree. Looking at the daily again, not so hot. Highs coming down, some kind of bottom forming, or some kind of flat low forming. Not the best thing to see under the 200 weekly. Period. Not so good. RFK is bullish. Yeah, he's bullish. Sailor's probably bullish. I'm still bullish. Under the 200, I definitely can see some kind of shakeout move like we saw in March. Some kind of low, possibly to that 200 daily. But I'm pretty confident if we do go down that low, we bounce and we make another 60-ish% move to the upside, putting us near that 48K target for the year. That's honestly, if I were to say what do I think is the most likely thing to happen, probably this. Just that high into a low, 60% move up into the low, just kind of skipping a rock across a pond. Not exciting, not hype building. That's unlikely to come in my opinion until we reach like close to that 48K level. 48K, 50K, we're going to see news articles and people buzzing about crypto again. Likely then we see a pretty brutal sell-off. And all is right. All is as is in crypto. Just another day. The 1 minute retraced a lot right back to that potential support, but the lows have come up. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Prayers for Craigton. We're all praying for Craigton. We love you, bud. I love all of you. If you haven't joined the Discord, you should. You should subscribe and like. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm bored. I love you all. I wanted to come on and just see how everyone was doing. Remind you to tune in Wednesday. But I'm gonna go maybe stand in the rain, let my body just like absorb it like a plant. I think you all should do the same. Not a lot of value, I think, today to be gained staring at charts. Go do something for yourself. Go to the gym. Play with the puppy. You know how we do. Love you all. See you Wednesday. Make sure you set your notifications.